Hello, Brandy and Alan.
Hi.
So, thank you for coming today.
Anytime.
Yeah. So we met at Halloween in Shibuya, and you are very nice and so friendly. So I offered to interview you today. First of all, why did you decide to become a YouTuber?
It started as a hobby, and then it started to make a little bit of money, and we liked the freedom of it.
Yeah, it's a whole lot more fun than a regular job.
Yep, exactly.
And what did you do before becoming YouTubers?
I was a sales executive and sold lab supplies for a company in California. Allowed me to travel the world, work remotely, right? So we would just travel constantly. So we've been traveling for 4 years, and only 2 years ago started making YouTube videos. Sort of just for our parents, you know, like, hey mom, look, we're in Australia, and it started to work. So we've been YouTubing more.
Yep, and I did the same thing, but a lower position. So sold scientific equipment, but also was able to travel. And it's been fun.
You seem very educated and elegant, so I think you'll be very successful soon.
I hope so.
On YouTube as well. Yeah.
Everybody hopes, right?
You are traveling in Japan now, so where did you go in Japan so far?
This is our second trip. So we've been to Tokyo and Kyoto, but on this trip we've only been to Tokyo so far.
But soon we're going to go to Mount Fuji, and then Kyoto, and then Nara, and then Osaka, and then Kobe, and then Himeji, and then after that to Hanoi in Vietnam.
Oh, and Hiroshima.
Oh, and
We're going to see a
Hiroshima.
friend in Hiroshima.
Yeah, can't forget Hiroshima.
Yeah.
What do you think of the prices in Japan?
I guess like medium high, right? It's not the cheapest place I've ever been in the world, right? I would say Ukraine, when we went in 2019, was incredibly affordable. And lots of Southeast Asia's less expensive than this, but this isn't as expensive as, say, like the Netherlands or the United States or Switzerland. Generally affordable, but not the cheapest. It's in the middle, you know?
Yeah, and it's cheaper this trip than it was on our first trip by quite a bit.
Yeah, the devaluation of the yen, right? Which is in the news. I'm sure all of you guys know about it.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, I've been to the US in June and July this year. So
This year has been very expensive.
yeah, very expensive. I went to Hawaii, Los Angeles, and New York.
The most expensive places too.
Yeah. You went to Ukraine
Yes.
as well. Oh, actually, I've been to Ukraine 2019.
Wow.
Yeah, in
Same-
the summer.
Yeah.
Oh, same time as us.
Ah.
That's when we
in
went.
Yes, us too.
Oh.
We might have seen each other.
Yeah, right over.
Yeah. What did you do in Ukraine?
Just hung out, saw the museums, ate lots of delicious food.
We also knew some Ukrainian people, so they took us on a tour around their hometown, and it's cool to see. Oh, and our favorite thing we did was the bunker.
Oh yeah, we took a urbex tour. So a guy took us to a civil self-defense bunker for nuclear attacks from the 80s, and it was in very good condition. Still had all the gas masks and like a working Geiger counter in it and stuff.
Books,
Yeah.
educational equipment, and things like that. It was neat.
Yeah, very cool.
Wow. And the subway is very deep.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, for the same reason.
It's the deepest in the world.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
What's your impression of Japan?
I love Japan. It's one of my favorite places. I think Tokyo is my favorite city in the world, even for being a modern city.
Yeah, big city.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very clean and efficient and elegant and varied. It's very polite. I like that a lot. There's a lot
Safe.
of big cities that aren't polite or safe.
Yeah. Love that about it. And the people are so friendly and so helpful.
And the food. The food is so high quality. Everywhere you go, it's fantastic. Even the grocery stores have like Wagyu type beef in them. It costs you $100 a pound in America.
Did you feel any cultural differences in Japan?
Oh yeah, definitely. But not in a bad way. It's nice that people step just to the left on the elevators and escalators, right? Everything's very orderly. Or the way they queue, you know, to get in and out of trains. Awesome.
Yeah,
Not
everybody
talking
works
on the train.
together really well.
Uh-huh.
Good social cohesiveness. I really like that. And then, just the different religious type sites, all the shrines. That's really neat. And even the way the stores are built are different. There's different like layers to stores.
Yeah, like
really
where you
neat.
go into a building and each floor is a different restaurant or store. Nothing like that in the United States unless you're in a large department store.
Your videos are very high quality, so I was so impressed. And,
Thanks.
Who edit your videos?
I do all the editing.
Oh, really?
I shoot most of it. He's getting better on the camera, but I had more time to do it while he was the big sales executive. So
Yeah, I mostly paid for it, and
Yeah.
she did the shooting and editing.
yep.
Oh, great. Yeah. I'm also a YouTuber, so I understand it's very difficult and time consuming. So, how did you learn making videos?
YouTube.
Oh,
I went on
right.
YouTube and learned from YouTube. It's a great educational tool.
What is the most difficult part of making videos?
I'd say making something that's interesting that people actually want to watch, right? As there's so many YouTube channels that just do the same thing, and it's very difficult to find your niche and do something that's different enough that people actually want to watch your next video because they're invested in you and what you're doing, as opposed to just maybe that one flash in the pan thing you did. Say like, we showed off Halloween. Well, they wanted to see Halloween, not us, right?
I think making that transition will be good into showing off a place more than anything about us. That's what I want out of it.
Yep.
But editing is probably the hardest part for me. It takes a while.
Yeah, and paying for it, right? Travel vlogging is very expensive compared to most niches because you're jumping countries all the time. So
you are planning the videos?
yeah, I mostly do the research and planning now, and she does the shooting and cutting, and then we work together on the thumbnails and key terms and all that stuff to make it searchable.
You are good at marketing.
I have a little experience in marketing.
We're still learning.
Yeah.
You travel around the world. So where will you go next?
Vietnam, for sure.
Vietnam.
Yeah, it seems like we're going to go to Hanoi. We already have our ticket to go on December 7th. So if anybody out there is in Vietnam.
Yeah, actually, I've been to Ho Chi Minh in Vietnam.
Did you like
very
it?
nice.
Yeah, I like it. It's very cheap and it's very exciting city. Like lots of motorbikes on the street.
I've heard it's very busy.
Yeah, very busy. Yeah, but the food is great and cheap.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
What's your future plan?
I think to try and make a channel that is more about the people and the places than us necessarily. I think we both agree we're not very interesting.
You can only be so interesting as a single human. You have a whole world out there. So we want to pivot into that. But we just want to travel, see the world, share it a little bit until we don't feel like it, I guess.
Yeah, find interesting people and interesting stories to tell, right? It's all about having an experience that's more than, say, sitting in a cubicle in the United States, right? It's a comfortable life there, but it can be boring.
Do you have some favorite food in Japan?
That's hard. I love tempura.
Tempura. Oh.
I like the sushi, of course. It's the best in the world. Ramen's good. I love the desserts and snacks.
Oh yeah, the desserts are great. The shave ices they do here. I also like the little baked cakes. You'd think you're in Europe.
Can I ask your relationship? Like you're dating or
Oh no, we've been married for 3 years.
Yeah.
married?
Yeah, married
Okay,
for 3 years.
Yeah.
Almost four.
I normally wear a wedding ring, but I lost
We're not at the
mine
moment.
a few years ago. Just haven't bought another.
I have a travel one, but it's kind of itchy, so I need to get a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, best couple.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Thank you for your time. And they are doing YouTube and their videos are very nice. Okay, so see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Thank
Thanks.
you.